Okay, here we go. 1 second. Okay, hey, we're getting ready to go here. So sit back and relax, and we hope you have a good time. This is a 1965 Plymouth Valiant, and what we're going to do is we're going to buff it out. It has a lot of swirls in it, so our goal here is to remove the swirls. Restore a show car finish. What we're doing right now is we're taping it off. I'm going to have Tyler here put some wheel maskers on, cover up the wheels and tires. Then we're going to do the first thing, which is always we're going to do a test spot. So sit back and enjoy. Okay, Tyler, grab the wheel maskers, and I'll show you what to do with those. Okay, what we want to do with these is place one of these over each wheel and tire. Just like that. And you can get down here and kind of shape them, but that way it covers it up. We won't get any polish residue on it. And then do all 4 tires. Okay, how's the taping off going, guys? It's looking good. This looks good. Okay, let's see. Now, one thing I noticed is there's some polish or compound residue right up here where the windshield wipers are. We removed the windshield wipers, but now we need to get this residue out here because I want to tape this off so we don't get any residue on the arms themselves there, the drive end. Hey, Steve, welcome.
How you doing?
Hey, Steve, the first thing I need you to do is sign that release over there. Oh. And I want to let you know that we're broadcasting live. So you just want to be aware of that.
Do the other side?
Yeah. Right now. Yeah, I'll tell you what, let's get some, this is some clay lubricant. See if you can get in there and just kind of soften that up. Yeah, it's pretty dry and hard, but
I can really put my finger down and fudge. Mine scratched a little bit.
okay. Well, we did the best we could. Now let's just go ahead and tape that off. And one of the goals I always aim for is, even if you find residue, try not to add to it. Yeah, and it's always a good idea to take a picture of stuff like this if you detail cars for money and show it to the owner before you buff out the car.
So you don't have to.
Well, that way you can prove that you didn't do it. That's why. That's the biggest reason. Yeah, it's a 1965 Plymouth Valiant 100, and it came with a slant 6. It was Paul, the owner, put all the running gear out of a 1965 Barracuda Formula S.
Oh, okay. Same grassy.
Yes, everything should bolted right in. Pretty cool though, huh?
My first car was a 70 Valiant Duster with the slant 6 you couldn't kill.
Yeah, you cannot kill them. Keep oil in them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll run forever. And you know what else is kind of nice about this is it's not just the typical Mustang, 57 Chevy,
It's different.
you know, 69 Camaro Indy Pace car like you got. You know, those things are everywhere.
Until my Willys is done.
Yeah, what year's your Willys?
63.
63.
Last sister made the wagon.
This piece here is okay, but see right here, polish compound would hit this and fall down, and so just another quick strip in there. This is good here. Whoever did the doors, good job. That looks good. This looks good. The owner is Paul Grosso, and I think he just stepped outside. Oh, no, he's right here. He's right over here. And Tyler, good job on the wheel maskers. That looks good. Okay, so let's cover the windshield just to make sure if we get any splat up here, we don't got to sit here and spend an hour wiping it off.
This car is a great candidate. We're going to see an excellent before and after on this one.
So let's pull it up. So the way I usually do this is, center this up. Now we've already got a tape line here, so all we got to do is tape the towel to the tape line. For that we want some fat tape just to make it easy. Let's,
And how do you keep it raw?
we'll tell you, let's pull this down. Let's go ahead and do the top first. So let's just tape it right here. There we go, just put one in the center. That'll work. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this, roll it under. I searched all over the place to find a beach towel that had a landscape picture, because usually they're portrait, you know what I mean? They're lengthwise, not portrait-wise. And then when I found this, since we're in Florida, you know, and it just kind of fit, you know, having a pirate on here. But it was the only one I could find that had the portrait on it, the portrait style picture. So let's fold this up nice and neat so it looks pretty on camera. Shove it up a little bit more on that side. Okay, it's looking good. Hey, how's it going, Robert? And first name? Tom, that's right, Tom. Hey guys, I need you to sign the video release, and we're broadcasting live, and we're recording. I'll get this later.
I didn't get the
Hey Adam, I need you to sign the video release. Yep. And just to let you know, we're broadcasting live right now, so everything you say is picked up on my microphone.
And recorded. Yes, and boss.
And recorded. And we're just now getting ready to do the test spot.
What's the guy from the gas station who had a NASCAR wax?
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
He goes to spray it on my bike.
That's expensive, but it serves a purpose.
You can leave those as stripes.
So it is basecoat, clearcoat.
Basecoat, clear coat, and the stripes are under the clear. This is Paul. You know, you met Paul. Okay.
Paul
So
does business with my brother.
yeah. One of the things we're going to do now, this has been parked in a body shop over the length of the time that's been assembled. It's not bad, but you know what? We should clay it. Just because that way we won't pick up any of these particles. Yeah, well. Yeah, it's got a lot of sanding marks in it. I say we at least hit the vertical or horizontal surfaces real quick. Yeah, and I got a bunch of clay out here right now. So is anybody here that's never clayed? Tyler, have you ever clayed? Tom, you know how to clay, don't you? Who here has never? Louie, have you clayed? Never clayed? Yeah, Doug?
I did it.
Yeah,
I don't know if I did it right, but
When I was in elementary school.
Okay, well, tell you what. Pull these out of here. Pull this out of here. Tell you what, I'm going to show you how to clay. This is detailing clay, and we used this before, but it was only just to one section of the trunk, so it's still good. So what you want to do is you want to take and you want to knead this into what looks like a pancake, basically. Okay. And hey, Rennie, could you do me a favor? You know, right outside the door I keep my inventory, grab some Pinnacle Clay Lube. Should be a bunch out there. Okay, so just like that, we're going to make a patty. And then, of course, you want to have some microfiber towels on hand, because after you clay a section, you want to wipe that residue off. So this is clay lube, and this is how you clay. Put this in your hand so your fingertips are past the patty. Don't put it like this so your fingertips are on the patty. Then you want to spray some clay lube onto the clay, onto the paint. You want to use an ample amount, otherwise it might stick. You just come down here. It's a pretty fast motion. See, it's not slow. That would take you all day long to do a car. So get in here and get busy with it. And usually when you're claying, you can feel it kind of drag a little bit. And then as soon as it starts to glide effortlessly, that's a pretty good sign you got all the contaminants off there. So for that section, you can stop. Look, you can see we're pulling off some gunk on there. I'll let you take over. But then that's why you want a microfiber towel handy to wipe that residue off so it doesn't sit there and dry. Okay, did you see where I went to? So why don't you do this section right there. There's a towel for you there, Doug. Perfect. And normally, you wouldn't set your clay lube on the paint. Since we're going to buff this out, it doesn't matter.
There's different grades of clay, too.
Yeah, there's different grades of clay. Usually, there's no set standard for each company, but there's fine, ultra fine, medium, and aggressive grades. Probably something in between all those.
Quick's going to get everything off that paint.
Fast hand movement.
Very fast. Only that splash. And then go a second. Then we go down there. Just for extra. And then the next one, you can see there's a tinge of green on it.
Come on in, Paul.
So now, spritz a little more.
So,
Spritz this here.
here, wave to the audience. Hey, everybody, this is Paul Grosso. Is how you say your name? Grosso.
Yeah.
And this is the guy that built and painted this car. You want to share just a little bit about the car? You know, is there anything you want to tell them? How you found it originally and the miles on it, and maybe explain what you did.
I found the car actually at the car show on Tuesday night up at Queets. The lady had it there. Her grandfather bought it brand new, 1965. It had amassed a whopping 42,000 miles on it.
That's nothing.
Yeah, it was a 6-cylinder with a 3 on the tree, and I knew it would be a fun project, something different. It was a real solid car to start with. It was originally black. It was a 0 option car. It has no mirror on the door. It has no squirters on the cowl. No radio, no cigarette lighter.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. They had one option. They had front seat belts. That was it.
So it's kind of like a Fred Flintstone car.
It was the cheapest car you could possibly get from Plymouth in 1965.
What was the price back in
I
1965?
think it was like $1,900.
Wow, $2,000 you get a brand new car that seats what, 5-6 people? Back then it probably got about 20 miles a gallon though, didn't it?
A little
Slant head
600.
6?
Yep. It was originally black. This is the first repaint on the car. The stripe was taken from the PPG Profit computer off of the interior color.
Okay.
It's upgraded now with a V8, an overdrive 4-speed, disc brakes, heavy-duty suspension all the way around. Something you can drive every day.
So that's why you call this a Resto-Rod. So it's part
Something like that.
restoration but part hot rod.
Only thing that's not done on it yet is I got a complete air conditioning system from Classic Auto Air in Tampa, so we'll be installing that in the next couple weeks.
Well, you need that here in Florida.
Yes.
It's hot and it's humid and it's black. So.
Has this side been clayed?
Okay, looking good. How are we doing back here on the trunk lid? Has it all been clayed yet?
Your side is not.
Why is that? Well, that's because I've been slacking off.
Someone's got to host the thing.
So when this car first arrived, the first thing we did is we wiped this thing down. It had light dust on it. It had some water spots from being rained on, that kind of thing. We used the Detailer's Pro Series rinseless wash and gloss, got all the dust off of it. And now that we've clayed it, you can actually, if you look, doesn't the paint start to look even glossier?
Yeah, you can tell.
We've hardly even touched this thing so far. So when you're done with your clay, go ahead and bring it back and let's put it back in the containers. We'll save it for another project.
Good deal.
Feels smooth, doesn't it? That's what you want. One of the reasons I wanted to clay this is just because since it's been in a body shop, parts here and there, you get a little bit of overspray in a body shop because they're spraying paint there all the time. Plus, I did feel sporadically, just like I could feel like some sort of large particle stuck on here. And see, what we didn't want to do is pick those off into our pad and then sit there and buff them into the paint. That could end up putting swirls in too. So it's just nice. You can't even feel that stripe, can you, Robert? Feels good though. Okay, so what we're going to do next, and this is important for you, young man, is we're going to do what's called a test spot. Before we start that, what we want to do is inspect the paint. Now this is called a swirl finder light. And you can tell just from the overhead lights here that this has got a lot of swirls and scratches, but look how well this does as far as showing you the swirls in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a tape line down, then we're going to buff on just one side of it, and we're going to see what it's going to take to pull all those swirls out and create a show car finish.
You see all these rids?
Yes, there's actually sanding marks and tracers in here. And our goal tonight is to get this thing to about 90% just because of time constraints. Okay, I'm going to set you up with what's called a dual action polisher. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in down there. We're going to use Benzerna. This is Paul runs a body shop, so we want to stick with tools that are actually made for use in a body shop. Everything Autogeek sells, I could go in there. I was telling Paul earlier that you could take me in there and blindfold me and let me grab something off the shelf and I can make it work. But he's going to be going through a large volume of product every time they paint a car. They're going to wet sand it, they're going to cut it, they're going to buff it. And so might as well just get him going in a professional line. In the past, he's used 3M. 3M makes great products, so we're just going to show him something from the Benzerna line, and then he can figure out which one he likes the best. So this is a Porter cable dual action polisher. Variable speed. Back here's where the adjuster dial is. On and off switch. I've put what's called the cyan cutting pad. It's very thin, 5.5 inches, fits perfectly on a 5-inch backing plate. I've got it on a low speed, but I want you to stand right here. Face me. I want to show you how safe this tool is. I'm going to turn this up to about the 5 setting. Watch this. See how I shove that down on my hand? It isn't hurting me. Okay? And I can actually stop this and hold that pad with my hand. Okay? So that's a safety feature. You can't really hurt any paint with it. So it's not as powerful as something like a rotary buffer, but it's very safe, but yet it's still very capable to remove these swirls and scratches. Now for the tool, the first thing we're going to use is called the Benzerna SI1500. This is a medium cut polish. Make sure there's a safety seal in there. Randy, can I get you to come over here and give me a hand? And since this pad is brand new, it's never been used, I'm going to put some product on there, and I'm just going to not turn it on. I'm going to take my finger and just spread this out. Now you only need to really do this the first time if your pad's clean and dry, because you don't want to bring a dry pad down on clear coat paints because they're kind of scratch sensitive. So you just want to be careful. And what this does is ensures 100% of your pad is going to go to work for you as soon as you turn that polisher on. And then the key to using this tool is to actually move it slowly over the surface. Thank you. What most guys do is they hear that sound, it's real fast, and then they match their arm speed. The arm speed is how fast they move the tool quickly over the paint, and it isn't going to do anything if you're moving it quickly. You want to move it slowly. Now that I've primed it, see how I've got all the product on there? I'm going to take in what's called the working product. This is actually the product I'll be working with, so we call it working product. Just going to put some small drops on here. Okay. Never turn this on until it's in contact with the paint. I'm going to put this on the 6th setting. I'm going to put it on the slow setting because I want to show you how to spread it out on a slow setting. So that's a speed setting of 4. So I'm going to spread my product out. Okay, now I've got it all spread out. I'm going to bump this up to 6. I'm going to start making slow overlapping passes, go in 2 directions. I'm going to push down firm, and I'm going to move it with what they call slow arm speed. So I look like this. How many times have I gone over that section?
Over this section?
Yeah, right here. twice. So I went this way, then I went that way. So each time I do that, that's called a section pass. Normally you want to make 6 to 8 section passes. And watch how I'm overlapping my passes by 50%. Notice how I got a black mark on there? I can tell that that pad's rotating. You want to see that pad rotating. If it's not, that means you're probably holding it crooked or you're pushing down too hard. So I'm going to make 4 more. Then never lift this off the paint until it stops spinning. Now here's the mistake most guys make. They do this. That isn't going to do anything. You need to give the combination of the abrasives you're using, the aggressiveness of the foam pad, and the action of the tool time to affect the paint. By affect, I mean remove small particles of it to remove the defects. Hold that, Steve? Okay. Yeah, I'll take this one. Then you don't ever let a compound or polish dry. So you want to just come down here and wipe this off. Now remember, this is just the first step. And usually the first step looks pretty good, but what do you think? It's going to look better after the second step? We're going to use a less aggressive pad and a less aggressive polish. Now, tell you what, let's pull the tape line off and just check this out. Come over here, stand where I was standing. Now take the swirl finder light, and when you use this light, you don't hold it down here, you hold it about 1.5 feet off the surface. You want to get it so the light is bouncing back at your eyes, then you just take and move it back and forth slowly. So check that out, tell me what you think. Does it look better? Yeah. A lot better? It's on its way to a show car finish? Okay. So tell you what, now I'm going to let you do it. We're going to go ahead and do the next step. And to do that, can I get you to switch that over to an orange or a tangerine pad there? There you go. So this first pad, that's a cutting pad. It's very sharp foam, very aggressive. This is a tangerine pad. It's called a polishing pad. And now we're going to switch over to a less aggressive polish. I want you to hold that. Okay, so this is the SF4000. And this is a fine cut polish. And again, that's a brand new pad, isn't it? Yeah. So we need to take and prime it. Tell you what, I'll let you do it this time. Stand here so the whole world can watch you. So what I usually do is I kind of hold it like this with my hand behind it. Take my finger, think of it as like a spatula or a knife, and you're putting frosting on a cake. And just kind of see how I'm spinning it and then holding it, and then just start working that in. Go ahead. You try. What do you think? Does it look better? Can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hello, I'm Tommy. Hey, Tommy, I'm ready.
Tommy's new here at Autogeek and is kind of a car guy, drives a BMW.
Kind of a car guy?
Kind of a car guy, drives a BMW. So he wanted to come out here and check us out tonight.
Steve, how you doing?
Steve, we got Paul, Louie, Robert, Adam, Renee, Doug, and Tom.
And Tyler.
And Tyler. And then I'm Mike. Now, come over here and check this out. What do you think? Huge difference, yeah. And what happened here is this was buffed out using body shop protocols, just normal steps, and a lot of times that's good enough. But what we want to do is take it to a higher level. So, okay, that's looking pretty good. At this point, we are looking for all the defects. We're gonna jump up here. We're gonna switch over to Flex 3401 and PE 14s. But for new people, I want to start them out the Porter cable. Okay, so now go ahead and wipe your hand. Hold out that one. Here you go. Okay, so now we've got this thing primed, right? So now we're gonna add our working product. I want you to stand over here and I want you to do exactly what I did. Cord over shoulder. That way you're not dragging it against the paint. Press this thing down. I want you to turn this down to 4. 1 second. You know, when I started detailing cars, I wish there had been someone around to actually show me what to do. I just had to guess. And I'm sad to say I guessed wrong. Several times.
Added any kind of chemical you wanted to use.
We didn't have any of the cool stuff kids have nowadays. Okay, so I got the tape line down here. I'm just going to hold your hand and kind of guide you through this. Ready? Go ahead and turn it on. Okay, spread your product out. And you can do this kind of quickly because right now you're just trying to spread that product out. Okay? Now you've got it spread out. Go ahead and turn it off. Leave the pad in contact. Bring your finger back here. Bump that up to the 6. Okay, turn it on. Now let's just come right here and I want you to just let me guide your hand. Ready? Can you feel how hard I'm pushing down? There's the way of the machine. You want to use this hand here to push down on it. Overlap by 50%. Go nice and slow. Keep that pad flat to the surface. I'm not trying to hurt your hand there. Now change direction. Overlap. It's pretty simple, really, isn't it? Get one more. Now go back to your first direction. Now watch what happens if you hold it to the side. See how it kind of stops that pad from rotating? So you want to hold it flat. So I want you to go ahead, take over. Put your hand right on top of there. There you go. He's trying to get my job already. And I think you're creative, you're like making a design. But let's go back in here and let's just go in straight lines. Okay, so this way, overlap by 50%. Overlap by 50%. Let's get one more pass of this section. Okay, now let's change the directions and go this way. Okay, then again, just overlap, see? So it's this way, that way. And one of the reasons it's a good idea to have a system, if you ever get so successful you have a detail shop, you want something you can show the average guy that he can duplicate over and over again without having to be too smart. So this is a system anybody can duplicate. What do you think, Steve?
It's gonna be amazing. This might even be a better before and after than that Studebaker we did.
Man, that Studebaker was wiped out. I'm happy to say it looks good when we did it, and it still looks good today. Okay. There you go. And after you get down to here, why don't you go ahead and turn it off. Remember, don't lift it off until that pad stops spinning. Beautiful. Okay, I'm going to take this, Want to hold on to that, Steve? Now I'm going to show you a little tip for wiping product off. Now usually you want to take and you want to wipe the product off as soon as you can. Here's why. Right now, see how still it's wet? That wetness, those polishing oils act as a lubricant to help you remove it without putting a scratch in. You let that dry, you lose that lubrication. So what I always do is just take and break open a little section. I do this with waxes, you can do this with polish. So we have a shiny spot there, turn it over, and take small little overlapping bites. And when you do this, any product is easy to wipe off. When you try to take off huge chunks, usually your hand goes this way and the towel stays there. So just take a little bite, turn a towel. Take a little bite, turn a towel. Take a little bite, turn a towel. Once in a while, take and fold to a fresh side. This is a real nice microfiber towel, has these rolled edges, so if you rub the edge over the paint, or yeah, it's not going to scratch it. You try. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Lefty.
Okay, that's fine. Use your power hand. Now, does it look a little better than after the first step?
Yeah.
It's deep and glossy, isn't it? You can see your reflection. It's like a black mirror. Now I want you to come up here and wipe along that tape line really good, then give it one more final wipe. And then what I like to do for the forum, guys, is I like to try to capture that. I need a dry microfiber towel. I still didn't get it.
This one's untouched.
Okay. Beautiful. Now, anytime you pull tape line off, you pull back at an angle. Don't pull straight up. That's just in case you're working on an older car with delicate paint. You don't want to pull that paint off. You have to buy that guy a paint job. That won't be any fun. Okay. Then let's come down here and we'll just kind of wipe that residue line real softly. Grab your swirl finder light. I think it's right behind me. Swirl finder light.
You got it.
Oh. Okay, now do the same thing, about a foot off the finish there. See the difference? Which side looks good?
This one.
Which side's going to please the customer?
This one.
Okay, so that's what we want to do. So what we just did is called a test spot. We dialed in a system. Okay, we just found out that the Menzerna 4000 is going to remove the majority of the swirls and scratches. We're going to come back, or the 1500, we're going to come back to the 4000, polish to the high gloss. And then after we repeat this to the rest of the car, we're going to come back and put a coat of wax on it by machine 2. Now, who here has never machine polished? Raise their hand. Okay, so Doug and Louie and Tyler. Okay, so you guys, I'm going to set you guys loose with the Porter cables. I also got a Meguiar's G110 V2 over here and a Griot's Garage. These are all the same type of tool, okay? They're just different brands. I'm going to turn you guys loose on the hood. The rest of us are going to grab the Flex 3401s and the rotary buffers and start knocking out the sides and the roof and the trunk lid. And then we'll come, when we get everything done, of course, we'll put a coat of wax on it. So do you guys watch how I prime the pad? Remember, never turn the polisher on until it's in contact with the paint, cord over shoulder, and see how big of an area that we did right here? You actually never want to go too much bigger than this. You want to keep your work area kind of small.
Best to try to quarter it off.
Yeah, whenever I look at a car, this is real simple because look, it's a big flat square. But I would look at this and probably break this into, you could break it into 4 sections. You know, and if you wanted to, you can maybe make it 6 and make, so here's a rectangular section, and a rectangular section. Because, you know, you got this lip down here in front. We've got this section up here. We're going to knock this out with the rotary and the flex up here. So you guys just, I want you to concentrate on this nice, easy to buff flat. This is like buffing on a table, basically.
What's the benefit of using the flex over the...
They have more power. But usually what you want to do is get a little experience with the simpler tools, then move your way up. Okay, so let's see if we can capture this with...
detailing, or is it just
Oh, actually, that's a good question. In fact, we just made a brand new video for the Flex Power Tools, and one of the things I said in the video was a lot of polishers are made, used a global manufacturing process. Okay, what that means is that rotary buffer you have was made to cut steel and grind steel, cut concrete and grind concrete, and then, oh yeah, polish paint. Right. Flex makes their tools specifically as paint polishers. You could use it for something else, but their focus is to make something to polish paint.
Is there a specific change they do to it internally?
Oh yeah, the whole thing is super high quality. Okay. Super high quality. I got a chance to go to the Flex manufacturing plant in Germany, and I got to see them build them right there in front of my eyes. And I've worked in a class 9000 clean room, so I'm a little bit familiar with, you know, good protocol for manufacturing processes. And they got process controls all the way through their process.
Internally, is there something different they do
Yes.
with that than a typical
Yes.
rotary?
Yeah, no, there is. All the gears are hand machine ground and then heat treated for long life and quiet operation. For the rotary buffer, the gears are stainless steel. Okay, so they're also hand ground and heat treated, but they're also stainless steel. All the windings are either powder. Everything's either powder coated or plastic coated, so they're immune to dirt and dust, which is in a buffing environment. And then all the bearings. This is something interesting. A lot of tools are made with real cheap bearings from foreign countries, and all the bearings of this are high quality German bearings. So
it's not your tool you're going to fall in Harbor Freight.
yeah, it's not an inexpensive tool. It's, you're going to get what you pay for.
The Chinese takeout.
Yep.
That's what I call it.
Okay.
Excuse me, these are the new hybrid beds.
Mike, I have a question.
Yes.
When you do the first cut, let's say we just painted this.
Yeah.
And we're going to wet sand it. You do the first cut.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use a similar dual action piece of equipment, or do you use a conventional wool pad and an orbital buffer?
No, you'd wet sand it and then take a rotary buffer with a wool pad and aggressive compound.
Okay, right.
You want to get right in there. You know, and that question comes up on the formal time. Here's what I always say about that. Sorry, Steve. It already takes a long time with a rotary buffer. It's not going to go any faster with any other tool. So can it be done? Because a lot of guys say, I'm kind of scared to use a rotary buffer. I got this tool, I got that tool. Can I sand my car and buff it out? You can. It's going to take a long time because it already takes a long time with a rotary buffer. It's not going to go any faster with a tool with less power. So yeah, you get an aggressive wool pad, a good quality compound, and you go in there. But the most important thing about sanding down a car like this is to finish out with the highest grit paper you can obtain.
We took this to 3,000.
That's a good way to go. That way you won't spend so much time buffing it.
Mike, these are the hybrids, no?
Those are hybrids. I'm going to jump right on that in 1 second. I'm going to get a couple shots here. Okay, so for the Flex 34 you can see I've got hybrid pads. Those are the brand new pads from Lake Country. Well, and Adam, do you notice anything else over there? Remove that green towel. Right? No, go to the right. Go to your right. Go to your right. Go to your right. In the middle. What do you see there? 4-inch backing plate, 4.5-inch pads. Brand new from Lake Country. Brand new. So we're going to get to play some really cool stuff down here tonight.
This is the Eric system, right? Mike?
Yeah, it's
the
brand.
4 and 6. The
Yep.
4 and 6 backing plates
Yeah,
with it.
exactly.
It's black on white. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, I've done that
Shows the
before.
defects
Yeah,
really well.
I did that for on a thread about running a car through a tunnel wash and all the scratches in it, and then I took and turned it negative, and you can see the scratches.
What is the order on these hybrid pads?
The order on the hybrid pads is the. I got to remind myself here.
The orange is the heavy cut? Or
Yeah, the orange is the heavy cut. This is a medium cut. Then the white is polishing, the gray is finishing, and of course the blue foamed wool is kind of a.
We know what that is.
Yeah, it's
You know what
a
it is?
polishing pad.
It's back to the traditional colors. Orange,
Pretty much.
Where forget about the Hydrotex was just as 2 colors.
Okay, now I've also got out the rotary buffers, and I've also got back here 3-inch pads, okay? And these are going to come in real handy for, God, we got to get this thing cleaned off. Okay.
Cowling.
Yeah,
Cowling.
That'll be good. I'm just about to change, so we'll use that one.
yeah, so.
I'll do the cowl.
And you guys do me a favor. Do me a favor, as we finish microfiber towels and they pile up here to get them out of our way, see this box over here? Throw them in the box.
Like you're using 1500, right? When German 1500, that's like.
Yeah, we're using S1500 for the first cut, for the first process. Okay, have you ever machine polished?
Like once or twice.
Did you ever use a tool like I just showed there?
Yeah.
Okay, well then over here, Lou, you've got one. Notice I've got extension cords pulled around. So go ahead and grab a cord and grab a tool. There's more over here. If we need pads, I can get them.
So does Manzurna make a product also for like the first cut that you would do?
The compound? Yeah, they make a compound too.
They have a whole system.
Yeah, they have the whole system. And I didn't want to start out on a compound because you've already done that step, you know. And so all we're doing is basically doing cleanup.
Right. Right.
Yep. But if we had to, if we sat on this, we could start out with the compound first and a wool pad on a rotary. Where's your tool? Grab it. Okay, and we want to switch pads, remember? That's the polishing pad. Just yank that thing off there. It's pretty tough, huh? Okay. Here's your cutting pad. Now when you put these on, you want to go ahead and just center these up as good as you can. It doesn't have to be exact on a DA. It really needs to be true if you're using a rotary. And there you go. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and put some working product on there. And I would suggest if you want to come over here and Robert's going to be working up here. Tackle another section. Go to about here. Don't work quite as big a section as I did and overlap a little bit. How would that be?
We're starting with the
1500, SI 1500. So here's your working product. The blue pads, yes. No, on the larger pads, we're going with the cutting pads. Yeah.
Now, we're not going to put tape on it, but we're still going to do one small section.
Yeah. I just do that for a visual.
Yeah.
That's just a visual.
But we're only still going to do a small section.
You're fine. You're fine.
We're going to do a small section. I'm going to do a small section and then overlap it to the next section.
I'll show you. I'm going to have him start right here.
grab the tangerine bag.
That's how big of a section I want you to carve out. I'll get some more. We're using the blue
I need
pads.
a bigger pad.
There you go. There you go. Oh, we're going to change your backing plate.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you want to go with the McGuire's? It's already ready to go. Okay. Let me get you a pad.
Here's one, Mike, with a small pad.
You can use that one. Yep.
Because you don't grab an extension cord, you're done.
You need a cord?
Oh, yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
You need a pad?
Yeah, I'm going to work with Doug and this guy. I'll
Okay.
take care of him.
Okay. So I'll go get a couple more pads.
I'm watching the shows. They look great.
Thank you.
Cool cars on there too.
We have some very cool cars. And for all the people that are watching the live feed but hear us talking, what Steve was talking about was our TV show, What's in Autogeek's Garage. Sounds like a hornet's nest out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Do you need to get set up with a polisher? Have you ever used this style before, Paul?
I've not.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
We'll get you going on this one then.
Yeah.
So let's get a blue pad. This is a cutting pad. And now we need to find an extension cord.
On the back side over here.
Okay.
Put it on your Makeover. It's a great turnout.
Yeah, here, go ahead and unwind that. How's that working there? Okay.
First time with the Flex, I have a brioche. This torque.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power, huh? Yeah, just so you know, they say it's griots. Griots, yeah. A lot of people mispronounce it. I did too when I first heard it, but it is griots. And this is the Flex 3401, and this is the brand new Tangerine hybrid cutting pad. Yes. And yeah, you got this is direct drive. And here's how you can tell. grab that with your hand, you can feel the gear drive as you spin it. Yeah, so it's totally different than a DA style. And totally different than a rotary.
I would stick to this. Whenever you pull a rag out of there, just inspect the towel and pull off anything that you see before there's another little wood fiber there. 'Cause otherwise you're just going to wreck the work that you just did.
Good point. Always inspect your towels before you wipe with them. Okay, and you got Louis, right? Okay. No, it's just going to keep us down to 2 bottles. I know.
No, it's fine.
I always end up with so many squeeze bottles left
No,
over.
that's the only thing with so many people too. Is everybody.
Yeah. How's it looking? Tell you what, why don't you go ahead and hit that again? See some of the scratches that are still left in there? So just do it one more time. That's it. Okay, I want to show you another little technique here. Let's walk over here so the world can see. Okay, this is called cleaning your pad on the fly. Now look what you've got here. You've got product building up on the face of your pad. Now that's 2 things. That's the product you used up, and it's also some clear coat coming off the car because you're abrading the paint. This is a clean terry cloth towel. All I'm going to do is put my hand on it like that, stick that onto my pad, turn that up, and I'm just going to shove that around on the towel like that. And I'm actually on this side, you can see I'm kind of grabbing it, squeezing it. Do that real quickly. Majority of the stuff comes off, you're ready to go back to work. It's called cleaning your pad on the fly. Are we out of extension cords?
Yeah.
Like a section, you want to try to flex it and go 50% overlap from the left. There you go.
Perfect.
Looking at this, make sure it's still rotating.
And just like you're doing, Sarah, you're rolling the body of the tool to match that curve.
See, normally I'd be using a waffle pad right now with an orbital.
No. Alright, do that. I'm coming across the top. There you go.
So I'm really learning something because I've only used old school, waffle foam pad neck.
Yeah.
I've never used an orbital tool, a dual action tool.
Real quick, guys, one thing to watch out for is try not to buff over the edge. So come up to it, but don't buff on it. Because usually the paint will be thinner there and we don't want to burn through. That's looking good. Those are pigtails. And here's what we're gonna do, because we are kind of on a time schedule down here. You've removed 99.9% of all the defects. The pigtails are left over. You got the shallow ones out. There's only a few of these. Boom. Never lift that off, you throw dots everywhere.
Gotcha.
Let it slow down first. So we're gonna aim for like 95% correction tonight.
Okay.
And then what I would do for things like that, instead of buffing harder and more, is come back and maybe sand them out.
Wet sand?
Oh, I'd wet sand them by machine using a spot sander. Let me show you what I mean.
That uncovered some nasty, really efficient material.
What do you do with this?
I will show you, one second.
When you were just going to go over there.
One second, let me show both you guys.
Oh, wow.
This is a Griot's Garage 3-inch mini polisher. What I've put on here is a interface pad. See that? It's a foam interface pad. And this is a 3000 unigrit sanding or finishing disc. And so instead of sanding a big area or even working by hand, I would just bring this down here and just massage that small area.
Now you wet sanding with it?
Wet sanding. But I have a small footprint that way instead of buffing out the whole area.
Yeah,
Then come back and pull my sanding marks out. So that's how I would do that. It feels like paper, doesn't it?
Just enough to get the
So
job done.
before you guys
You cut that, that's so half off the material.
Before you guys turn these on, 1 second. Okay, Paul, as you're working around the car, you're going to have spent product, so that's the product that's used up, and right now we're abrading the paint, so we're pulling some paint off and sending up on the pad. You don't want to keep adding fresh product to spent product and remove paint. It'll become a gummy mess and it'll adulterate the fresh product, it'll pollute it. So this is a terry cloth towel, and all I've done is I'll put my hand on here like this, place it right on here, turn it on, and I'm just kind of moving this around against my hand. Once in a while I'll grab it and squeeze it into there, and that'll help extringe some of that liquid out. Turn it off and get back to work. And that technique is called cleaning your pad on the fly. And the whole point about that is when you're buffing out a car by yourself, this will take you a long time. You don't want a system of cleaning your pad that's going to take you an hour over here. You want to clean it and boom, get back to work. So that's what that's called, cleaning your pad on the fly.
Now, how many pads roughly will a car this size take?
You know, the real answer to that is more pads is better.
Yeah.
So whatever your budget can afford.
I'd probably use about a half a dozen.
Yeah, it would be effective to at least have 6 pads for each step. That's right, a clean dry pad on.
It also, I don't have to slow it on between pads every 5 minutes.
Exactly, yeah, if you can just keep buffing. But
If money's no object, you do that, but
oh, looks pretty good, buddy. Okay, so then just keep working around. We need to knock out this panel, start doing the vertical sides. Here's your towel. And I'm gonna go try to get some extension cords so I can actually do some work. All day long.
I'm gonna take them on the roof.
Okay. And before we do, I want to show these two guys how to clean their pad on the fly. Sure. Okay, hey Louie, hang tight for 1 second.
that's okay.
Let's let him finish his section pass here. Hey, just for fun, what do you think about machine polishing now that you've tried it out?
A lot nicer.
A lot easier, isn't it? Better
yeah.
than working by hand? And look at the results we're getting. You saw this when it came in, didn't you?
All right, well, the taping, when you did that section just right there along the the claying was really, I need to clay my truck.
Yeah.
It's been outside for 99, and I bought it in 98, and I've had it all this time.
Perfect techniques how I let that stop spinning before I lifted it off. 2 things I'm going to show you. 1, what I always show people is take this handle off. Here's why. Anytime you got your hand far away from the tool, it's going to stress out your forearm muscles and tire you out. Not a big deal if you're buffing out the hood, but you start buffing out the whole car, you'll feel that. So you can unbolt this, and if you want, you can slide your hand right in there and just put it right on top of the head like that. Okay. Now here's the other thing. See the face of your pad? Yeah. As you buff this section out, you got used or what I call spent product building up. And also, since we're abrading the surface, we're pulling paint off the car. It's ending up on the face of your pad. You don't want to keep adding fresh product. It'll be a big gummy mess. It'll actually start making this stuff harder to wipe off. Clean terry cloth towel. And all you're going to do is don't turn this on in the air. Put it in that pad, turn it on, and then all I'm doing is I'm just kind of moving that pad against my hand. Once in a while I'm grabbing it and just pulling it in. That'll pull out the excess liquid. It's not perfectly clean, but it's mostly clean, ready to go back to work.
Do we read just put
Now just put 3 drops back on there again. Wipe that off first though. There you go. Okay, hit it, man.
Hey, I'm short.
For this here, to tell you the truth, you're about as tall as me. You can tackle this section and one of us will get the center if you want.
Okay.
Or you can start tackling a vertical panel. And I've got a cart, a little cart over here if you want to sit on that. Okay, just remember to put the cord over your shoulder. Yep.
Hey, like I'm just
Justin,
Yep.
how you doing? Hey, just to let you know we're live, broadcasting to the world. And if I could get you to sign a video release, and I'm going to go dig up some more extension cords so we can all get to work. Hey guys, I'm going to go try to find some more extension cords. I'll be right back.
picture of this.
Yes. I took a before picture of this in the sun. Got it.
One pass.
Got it. Perfect technique, by the way, Doug.
Is your microphone on?
Yes, it's on.
Jason already pulled the 3 inches.
Perfect, Louie. Okay, we're back. Found one more extension cord. How far did you come in from?
I just live in Jupiter.
Yeah? Have you ever machine polished before?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, you want to do some polishing? Sure. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to find a place to plug in. Over here. Well, we got that cord there. You're going to start working on this fender next? Or you want to start working on this fender? It's a vertical panel. Not as easy as a horizontal panel. You ever use the McGuire's?
I have the Flex and the Flex rotary. Those are the two that I own. So I've never actually used
the DA?
Not like those types.
Want to give it a try for the experience?
Sure.
Okay. You don't have to prime, just add a few drops. Same idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't have enough power for the car I was using.
Well, this one here, we'll tell you what. Let's see. We'll tell you what. Since you're experienced with the 3401, you know what we've got over here today? Something kind of cool. Check this out. 4-inch backing plate. Where'd my 4-inch pad go? Yes. Yes. Oh, here we go. Here's a cutting pad. In fact,
Now on these is the orange heavier cut or a lighter cut?
this is actually Phillips, very aggressive.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then there's a blue one. Now this isn't the 4-inch, but that's the same type of foam. That's a hybrid. It's not quite as aggressive as this. That's pretty aggressive. Okay, here you go. Let's go ahead and take that over and plug it in. Let's try over here. One thing you want to be careful of is you don't want to buff on these edges. that makes it a little harder to buff with that big of a pad. So why don't you come over here and work on this section, and we'll get the 4-inch pad up on this. So no harm done. Just, and now for this, you're going to basically do the same thing. We need to get you some. The part we're using is right there. Okay, that's the SI 1500.
So is that like the 106 compound? The
Actually, SIP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is the SIP,
Yeah.
Super Intensive Polish. How we doing, Rennie? How's everyone doing? Good? Okay, so let me show you how I would do a vertical panel. Go ahead and wipe that off. You having fun, Tyler? Let's get another one then. Yeah, when you're working on a long thin panel, you don't have to do the little overlapping circular motions. You kind of match your technique to the panel, just like that. Okay. Now, so for this panel here, it's going to be easier just to go ahead and sit on the ground, because you always want to be looking across from the paint that you're working on. So I'm going to turn this down, spread my product out, and check this out. If you're real careful, see the bumper there? You can kind of get right on by it here. That's a raised body line right there. So just stick to this area right here, and you come down here. Spread out, so look like this. Watch how I roll the tool. See that? Because this is curving down. You got to roll that tool. Then come down here and grab this down here. Okay?
That's a heavier cut pad on the blue ones, right? I don't want to.
This is a different pad altogether.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But I'm setting these guys up with aggressive pads because they're using the DA style. Yeah.
Where do you think looks like there's price?
There's still some pigtails in here, but we're not going to shoot. No, it's from machine sanding. We're not going to aim for 100% correction tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to. Where would be a good place to where they haven't polished?
Well, have they done any of this? Hold on here. Who's working over here? Yeah.
Maybe they residue from that machine that came apart.
No, use the terry cloth. Oh yeah, put it in the box then.
No, he said not to put it in the box.
Oh, put it in the garbage can then.
Yeah, that residue off that machine that came apart.
Did you polish down here?
No.
Okay, so I'll just take over in here somewhere then. This is a little bit complicated, plus this is a body line right here.
Yeah.
So just be careful. They say they put a lot of paint on here. Yeah, let's deal with this at another time, since we're
No, I just
broadcasting live.
Oh yeah.
How are we doing back here, Doug? Or Paul?
Oh, I can't believe it, man. It's great. I'm really learning something.
Yeah. Good. What do you think of this tiny little pads like this?
I have those for wolf hats.
And notice he's got a little extension on there.
Yeah.
So they get set away from the head of the buffer so you can see what you're doing. Here's a little tip. Whenever you're trying to do that by one hand, hold it like this. Then you can push down with your finger. Gives it a little more power because that thing's really spinning fast, and you want to be pushing down and going a little bit slower.
Oh no, I was just spreading it.
Oh, okay. Then you know what you're doing, buddy.
that's the backing plate off of it, so it doesn't go back in.
How are we doing over here, Tommy?
We're doing very well over here, Mike. The car's really nice. And I started at the back of that door, moving my way this way.
Okay.
I was doing it off of it.
On a big slant. Biggest slant that I do.
So we still need to do this side, don't we? Okay.
Keep it flat.
Yep.
Hey, Steve?
You have a tendency as you go out to heel it. Oh, like this. Yeah. Don't keep it flat the whole way.
Looking a lot better. Want to hit that section, maybe hit it one more time, pull some more of those swirls out. That's looking good though. That's how handy that light is, you know, because right now it's hard to see the sides. Throw that light on there, you can see your progress. Steve, did you want to do a section? This hasn't been buffed yet. This hasn't been buffed yet, this side. Yeah, if you want something to do. You got a flex right here. Now, Adam might be using that. I'm not sure. Nope, this one's available. That's available. Yep.
That one then.
Having fun?
I'm having a great time.
Good.
Gotta get that little half right there.
For this here, this was.
I didn't get the grease.
Yeah, I think Robert's going to come around and knock these out with that 3-inch pad on the rotary. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, Kelly?
Sorry I'm late. How's
Sean?
it going?
Sean Kelly? Sean?
Tommy. What is it? Tommy.
Tommy.
Sean Kelly.
And I can walk around and introduce everybody. We've almost got the cutting stuff done. I do need you to sign the release paper over there. We're broadcasting live. Tyler, by the way, is doing a great job up there. How old is he?
Great for me. He's
How?
15.
15?
You know what it is? You've got nothing else to worry about. You can learn so fast.
Look at him. He's really doing a good job up there.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
He's doing a great job.
So you know who to put to work now, guys.
Well, time to clean the pad then. It's looking good though.
Yeah. You're just buzzing those areas.
Yeah, you know, you've really got the technique down. You're very good. You're gonna have to bring your Porsche down here. We'll do it next.
Don't you threaten me. The boss said that.
The boss said that? Yeah. Or bring down that new Fiat 500. Yeah. We'll just do a light polish and wax it. The what's that?
Your bucket wash cleaner.
Oh, it's right here. I got it all set up too. It's this one. How you doing, Sean?
I've been real good.
You know that article I wrote, ceramic clear paints, be careful?
I saw you put a little plug in there. That was nice.
Yeah, it's I get a lot of emails from people about that.
Dude,
And
really?
I posted it to the Romania forum and also over to Detailing World.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so a lot of those guys are working on Mercedes-Benz. They got ceramic clear.
I'm telling you, I continually try to stay up with them in Europe because they are just always with it.
Yeah.
They have the coolest stuff out, and that's what I like. It's great.
Well, this industry's moving at light speed right now. Check that out.
Yeah, you guys, what do we have? A dozen? How creative? Yeah, almost.
13, including me.
Well, I'll jump in wherever. What? Let's say
You know,
we're on what? Finish polish here?
no, this is the first step. So we're using basically using super intensive polish. Yeah, and we're using the these are the brand new hybrid pads. And I have everybody on the tangerine cutting pads for the DA and the rotary, and I have all the guys using DA using the cyan Hydrotech pads on the DAs. Since they're new, I didn't want to turn them loose with something super aggressive. And it's actually
The cyan's good.
it's doing a good job. You can see some pigtails in there.
Yeah.
And the only thing I don't want to do is I don't want to get us in a situation where, you know, I don't know how much clears on this car, but I mean, right now we're hitting 95% correction easily.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything above 85 really is good.
Yeah, and you wait till you see the pictures how this looked when it came in.
You
So.
can always, if he really requests, you know, you can always take that out. I mean, with me, when I do cars, I'm like, anywhere that you directly see like top side, I always try to make that extra better. And then towards the sides, no one's down there looking.
On the vertical panels, yeah. And we may do that. I have the damp sanders out.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you have every spot sander, pad or whatever.
We have everything. So first thing to do is just get the major knocked out, major portion of it knocked out, and then we'll address it. So. Okay, how are we doing, Tyler? Ready to move on to this panel or right here? Now this one here, you've just got this little section right here. I would just go ahead and knock this out. And then jump down there and knock out that section. And so for that, instead of putting 3 drops on there, maybe just put 2 drops. Here you go. Ready? Okay. I kind of want to. Yeah, I think it's a good idea for the instructor guy to actually do some work. So, but thank you, Tom. I'll get in here and get that. I was hoping the extension cord was gonna reach because I'm just plugged right into the wall here. Is that plugged in?
That's one out, this one right here I was using.
Okay. Watch this.
Magic.
Magic. I'm right down here by you, Steve. What's that now?
Ted Jones. I was watching the episode.
Oh
with him.
yeah, no, that guy knows
He
it all.
Every little detail about every little car.
Want to grab my camera?
Oh.
Grab a couple shots of everybody doing some work?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know where it's at. It might be on the table over there. Have you ever used this tool? This is a Flex 3401. Yeah, tell you what, I'll finish this section, I'll let you carve out this section. Yeah, huge difference. Okay, first of all, what, you got a question? Yeah, go ahead and see there's a body line right. It's actually this part here, not that. See the reflection of light? It's right here. So buff right up to it, but don't buff on it. And just go right up to this piece of chrome emblem here. And then where did you finish off here? So just kind of tackle this whole area right there. Perfect. We're gonna have Robert get that with the rotary. This thing here, go ahead and spin that with your hand. See how that's a direct drive? So it's completely different than the Porter cable, the Meguiar's, and the Grillos.
That's a rotary, not a...
This has a ton of power. Yeah. It's not rotary, no, it's dual action. Yes, forced dual action. See, watch it rotate. See that? It's oscillating, rotating, direct drive.
Seems like a lot.
Now here's the thing about this. Let me re-liquefy my section here. As long as you're holding this flat, it's pretty easy to operate. If you tilt it, okay, when I tilt it to the left, it's trying to go that way on me. If I tilt it to the right, it's trying to go down. If I tilt it up, it's going that way. If I tilt it down, it's going that way. So it's what we call it walks on you. And it's kind of a cool thing because it self-teaches you. It teaches you to hold that pad flat. And that way 100% of your pad is going to work for you. Removing swirls, scratches, water clogs.
I had to really concentrate with the quarter cable not to step on the head.
That's right.
And nobody can tell. And it would stop vibrating stuff off. So it's going to start it. Yeah, you never tell it off the flat.
And you got a lot more power. So the benefit is if you were ever doing this for money, you could do the correction step a lot faster. And you don't put swirls in at the same time. Now rotary will do the job real fast, but during the correction step, you're going to be leaving some level of swirls in the paint. Good question. The Grillo's Garage, the Meguiar's, and the Porter are all between like $120 and $150. I think the retail on this is right at $330, $329. Very well built tool too, though. I think it's a 1-year warranty. Okay. Can you hand me a swirl finder light there? Thanks, sir. Okay, not bad, huh? Let's see what it looks like when we start with. See how we started though? Oh, yeah. Huge difference. Okay, tell you what, put some working product on the pad, knock this out. Now this is a little trickier, but this is all taped off, so you don't gotta worry about it. Get in as close as you can to all this stuff. Okay.
Finishing with the SF4 then?
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be beautiful then.
It's beautiful right now, but
yeah.
And one of the things we wanted to do today was Paul owns a custom hot rod shop.
Oh, cool.
And a paint booth. He paints cars. And in the past, he's used another brand. So when he brought it in, it had a lot of swirls left from the buffing process. And he is not up to date with some of the new products or tools or pads.
That's the great part about enhancing someone's business. By getting them onto the new technology.
New technology.
And Men's they've been making these polishes for Mercedes and ceramic clear paints and all that for a while.
They've been in business since 1888. You know, they started out making polishes for horse carriages.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, they were rubbing it out by hand. And then, of course, Carl's-Benz invented the four-wheel gasoline-powered automobile in 1886. And in my how-to book, I actually talk about that.
I'm gonna have to get it from you.
Well, what I say in the book is, even though the car was invented in 1886, we didn't transition from riding a horse until the Model T was introduced, because it was at that point the average guy could afford to buy one and keep it running.
Yep.
And it was a few years after a whole bunch of those started flooding the market and guys started learning how to keep them running that then they said, now how do I make it look good? And then car polishes came out.
Grease on them and everything.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think of that 4.5-inch pad?
It's a lot more easier to operate.
Oh yeah,
Definitely kicks back a lot less.
I haven't actually tried this pad yet. With
that's
this.
brand new. We're the only ones that have it.
This is the quick disconnect on.
That's the backing plate adapter right there, and that's the 4-inch backing plate.
It's not on pre-sale anymore, right?
No, it's for sale. Yeah.
For sale now.
Yeah, you can get it now.
Yeah, I hate taking it.
Then here's polishing, here's finishing. Sean, polishing and finishing.
I guess they're more rigid that works better with the water-based.
I'm a big fan of the black. Gets me a lot.
Well, yeah, this is a hybrid, and I can't really tell all the things that Eric Dunn told me about it, but it's still closed cell, and so it's going to keep the product trapped between the pad and the paint, and that's where you want it.
This one, it didn't soak in as much, but I have the orange.
That's pretty cool.
How we doing here, Tyler? You having fun? So what do you think of that, Doug?
I like it.
Try to hold that pad flat, but can you see what I mean when you have to hold it on an angle? Wants to walk around on you. Okay, what do you...
We'll have it by the end of the day, though.
That's right.
We'll go to a CCS pad.
Hey, check this out. Well, you can see the reflection. And he buffed out all this. Looks like we might have hit that maybe one more time. It's looking pretty good. We're gonna come through and hit this with the little rotary though. That small little concave.
How great that works.
It's a work. No lollygagging. You guys having fun?
Sure are, mate. A lot of bodies on the car.
Yeah, we got 13 people here tonight. Good turnout.
Makes it go quick.
Does make it go quick.
And I'll tell you, these guys for the first time, they're doing a great job.
Yeah, we got Louie, first time. Tommy, he has a little experience. I don't think he's ever used these types of tools though. Then Paul, the owner of the cars, never used these types of tools. Tyler, that's his first time. He's only 15 years old.
He's doing a great job.
He is doing a good job, yeah.
I wish somebody would have taught me when I was 15 years old how to do this the right way.
That's what I thought. And back then, of course, we were doing everything by hand, using old-fashioned rubbing compounds.
Out of the can.
So looking good. Now, Louie over here, by the way, was on our TV show, and he had that 928 Porsche, the one with the V8 in it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's all original and mint condition, original paint. So
okay, he's the one that was on the show.
He's on the TV show, yep.
It's in my garage.
So sometime in the future, we're going to have him bring it down, and we're just going to do a light clay, then light polish, and machine wax on that. But that paint is, we'll do the math, 1986. It's getting old. It's original, too.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think?
I like it.
Good.
Sounds great, man. Thank you.
Louie, you look like you're a natural detailer.
Oh, I'm sorry. You threw me off there, see?
Yeah, it's okay. That's my fault. But that's the first thing you do when you think about it. You just, boom, get that thing right back up there again.
So we don't spray ourselves?
That's right.
And you said that's XL?
Yeah, XL. I like your logo. Looks good. This looks like a wiping mark to me.
It is.
Yeah. There, it's gone. Very unique car. Now, did you hear the history on this?
No?
1965 Plymouth Valiant, and the owner, Paul, he bought all the running gear out of a 1965 Plymouth Barracuda Formula S, and it's all interchangeable. So he made this a hot rod, but it's period correct. And then he sold all the original running gear to someone restoring an original car.
So it has all those workings, but it still stays true to what the model was in a way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Valiant. What kind of car was a Valiant back in the day? Was that like a normal?
I asked Paul that question. Good question. He said this was an entry-level car. You could buy this brand new for $2,000 bucks. No squirters for the washers, no cigarette lighter, no radio, nothing. Just shifter, speedometer, motor, brake lights, just the basics to make the car go down the road legally.
Yeah, because I always heard jokes about Valiant. Ready to do some polishing, so I'm just trying to find what we're...
I thought I had 2 rotary buffers out here, 2 PE14s.
I only saw the one that Robert's been using.
If you want to give me something difficult,
I was going to stick you on these insets here with a 3-inch pad on a rotary. Robert's got that one. Tell you what, you want to use the 3403? The thing about it is it doesn't go as slow. But it'll still dial down to 1100 RPM.
Yeah.
Okay. You want an extension on there? Or not?
We're doing a cyan, smaller pad too.
Yeah, I have everything. One second.
I'm gonna go with that first. Yeah, that's so cool.
There we go. I usually keep a couple crescent wrenches in here just for this. How we doing, Adam? Ask and you shall receive.
I'll take that and oh yeah, the red. Nice.
Those are all brand new too, 3-inch buffing pads.
Sent me their new line, the waffle pads.
Yeah.
We haven't used them yet. Me and Corey are going to get together. We're going to do a live review, but video-wise of the pads that way. We were supposed to do it last week, but
Wow, much better, Tyler. See that? Sometimes you just got to do 2 passes, kind of work out those remaining swirls and scratches. That looks good. Really good. See, it's coming out nice, isn't it? Remember how it looked when we started?
I would just use this to great teacher.
Yeah.
I gotta take off in a little bit.
Okay.
But man, thanks for letting me come out. It was really cool.
And just watch the bottom of the forum homepage. Anytime we do this, I always put something down there about it.
Look for it.
Yeah.
Now this
I think this door's been done. Doug, where did you finish off over here?
all the way over to the edge. Right to the edge, right?
Okay.
Is this gonna be recorded and broadcast?
At this point, I don't know what the plan is to do with the recording. Okay. That was kind of decided late today. My guess is, if possible, Yancey will probably go through and edit this and then put it up on YouTube for everybody to watch.
Yeah.
So
there's a ton you could watch for hours and hours and hours.
hey, this is a nice touch. See how he's taped off this high point here to get in here and buff this out without burning the paint there. Because a lot of times these older cars, the panels don't fit flush. Robert, you're doing stellar work like you always do.
You know, it's what I do.
I got Sean Kelly up here helping out on some of these stoves up here.
Just tape something.
Yes, Residue is Residue.
People you can't take anywhere, right?
The tape residue off the tape line can be a pain.
It can be a pain.
Can be a pain, yeah, because it kind of smears onto the paint.
It's not as smooth as the Makita. Like you can't just slowly engage. It's kind of like it'll engage low, but it's like on off.
There's a.
It's a little bit different. But I love the 3401. Still on audio? Yep. There you go, right?
What do you need though? I can help you with anything, man.
Nope, I'm amazed.
Yeah, it's coming out good, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just the first step. You know, this is a medium cut compound. Look what kind of results you get on a base coat, clear coat finish. A lot of detailers, they can't even get this kind of results. They throw everything they got in they can throw everything they have in their arsenal and they don't get to look this good. And this is just our first step. Yeah. So the next step is going to really maximize the clarity. Okay, so it's going to actually make it a little more clear, amp up the gloss, of course smooth the paint a little more. Then we're going to machine wax it. And when we're done here, you got to find a place to park this indoors or get a car cover.
I'll put it inside the other part of the shop. I'll cover it up.
Yeah.
A little piece of something it ain't gonna last long looking good, is it?
Well, it'll show up like a sore thumb because everything else is so flawless now.
I mean, once you're done, it doesn't last too long. It's outside.
It's gonna drive
If it's unprotected outside, yeah.
It's gonna drive the heck out of it. That's what I
Well, at least you know it's
And that's okay as long as you keep it clean. But you got a helper over here now.
Yeah. Take care of it.
That's what he's training that kid for.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I actually want to do this.
He's gonna have his decal man.
He's smart.
I told him, I said, you're growing your own decal man.
Oh, he's gonna come to that detail. We're gonna do that.
Boot camp class?
Yeah, we're both gonna do it.
The boot camp class goes over a lot of different areas of each one car besides just machine polishing.
What are the hours on?
It's early, 7:30 to 5:30 both days. Starts early, and I'm lucky to get us out of here by 5:30. I usually like to start them at 8, but you know what? We just got so much to cover. I put the time at 7:30. You know, so people get here at 7, park your car, drink some coffee, eat a donut. 7:30 we start.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
You want to hit the aluminum?
No, this stuff, you can try. This isn't really the type of aluminum that's going to polish up like a bare aluminum though. Best thing to do this is give it a good wipe. But I saw you down here polishing the paint on the splash apron. That looks good. And the chrome's in good shape up here.
Yeah.
That looks good. Hey guys, how close are we getting to being done with the first step? Pretty close? Yeah? How we doing back here?
I'm fine.
How much we got to go through here, right?
I'm gonna do the whole top edge.
Okay.
Who says you can't use a broom on a $115,000 car?
I never said you couldn't. Yeah.
If you have another small one of those, and I'll do inside that scallop on the other thing.
He's
Is he doing it?
he's doing it right now.
Okay.
Here. It's not the small lightweight. Do you want to use this? It's a little harder when you're doing those little
The
small
one I
pads.
usually use is way bigger than that.
Is that
The
right?
old Milwaukee, you know, the little
Oh, I know. I will learn on a Milwaukee and a Sioux.
Yeah.
30 pounds, 20 pounds, something like that. But you know what? You look like you got the upper body strength. So tell you what, let me sit you up here. These are actually an adapter, and I use them as extensions.
I have that exact same thing.
Okay, so this extends that out, so you get it away from the body so you can see what you're doing. And
4-inch set on that 3403, is it? The high speed.
yeah, no, we can. Here, tell you what. Here's the backing plate, and the foam pads are right here. You want tangerine?
Tangerine.
There you go.
Get a little
here at Autogeek, we got it all. So I need to find I like these flexible backing plates. But you know what? This will work too. Now this has got a nice feature to it. This will dial down to 600 RPM, so it's nice and slow. Feather trigger. Let's find an extension cord that's not being used. Here you go. Looks like that one's free. Hey guys, well I got a quiet moment here. Just first of all, everybody's doing a great job. Everything's looking really good. I got Paul here, I got Sean Kelly over here, and I got Robert doing some of the what we call surgical buffing. So they're getting in here with smaller pads, getting these harder to buff areas with the rotaries. What I think we're just about ready to do, though, besides what these guys are doing, isn't it about time to start switching our pads over to the tangerine or to the white polishing pads for the hybrids over here? Then we're going to switch over to the 4000 Minzer and start doing the final polish. And we want to stay out of these guys' way because they got to get in here and knock this out. But we definitely want to start up here and work our way down, just as a heads up. Okay? Just to let you know, let me show you a little technique for this. This is called picking up your bead on the fly. And I want something icky. There we go. It's a little harder on a cove like that. Bring this in. Look how slow that is, though. Okay. And then what you're doing, it's kind of hard to show with this, but normally what you do is you lay this down flat, pick it up at 10 degrees at an angle, and then run that bead in at 10 o'clock. So here's midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and so on. Right. Run that bead in at 10. What that does, see how this is spinning clockwise? It's going to pull that bead into itself instead of throwing it everywhere. So then lay down flat. And then you don't got to do that thing where you're going to put the product on the pad, turn it on, smush it around, and turn the polisher on. Okay. That's called picking up your bead on the fly. And using the 10 to 10 technique.
This is not a dual action?
No, this is a pure rotary.
Regular, like what I'm using.
Normal rotary.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to get the white pad, get myself set up.
Okay, yeah, go right ahead. You know what you're doing.
How fast is this set to go for one of these? Usually on a tiny pad, I slow it down.
600 for number 1, 900 for number 2.
So where do you want to be?
Well, right in here for number 2 would probably be just fine. You can even go slower. You know, a lot of guys think every time you use a rotary, you got above at 1500 RPM, but that's not true. I could come down here and do this with my hand if I wanted to. My hand does not move at 1500 RPM, but I can still get the job done.
So what size pad that's for? That's what, 3 inch or so?
That is a 3-inch Hydrotech pad. We just brought those into the store.
Yep.
Good question.
For somewhat small, I have, I think, maybe ones that are that size, but they're a little too big for like doing mirrors.
Yep, those are 4-inch pads in Hydrotech. What he's doing is he's working out some of those deeper scratches that the DAs didn't pull out. So when we buff, that's a good question.
That's on a rotary.
Yeah, he's using a rotary, so he's got more power. And one of the things Sean talked about is anytime you're working on a customer's car like this, the customer's going to sit here and look at the hood and the trunk lid because they're like a table. They're right there. You're looking down on it. And so it's really important to really try to do as good a job as you can and to remove as many of the scratches as you can out of this thing. And the tools that the guys were using first, those are the real safe tools. They're not as powerful. That's why they're safe. Yeah.
And this is where you can hurt something.
Well, as long as you're careful, you're not going to. But if you're not paying attention, because it's got a lot of power, you can do two things. Heat the paint up, and you can twist it. They call it twistle, where you get it so hot and the buffer just pulls it in a circular manner. Or if you got a thin spot, you can do what's called burn through, and you just grind so much paint off, you expose the base coat. If you go too far, you expose bare sheet metal or primer. So
you just got to learn the right touch.
Yeah, you just got to get some. What I always tell guys is, look at this car. This is a show car, basically. And what you don't want to do is you don't want to learn how to use a rotary buffer on a black show car. You want to learn to use a rotary buffer on a junker car that no one cares about. And once you start getting some experience under your belt, then start moving up to the more complicated or the more expensive exotics and classics and street rods. But yeah, always learn on something that's not important to you. A lot of times guys will go out to the wrecking yard and get like a hood off a car, something flat that they can buff on. And another good place to get a panel is to go to a body shop. You know, they're always pulling hoods off of wrecked cars. And a lot of times the hood's bent in one place. there's still plenty of good sheet metal to practice on.
You don't have to touch the hood.
What's that?
You don't have to go over the hood again.
He's knocking out some of the
Oh, it is?
some deeper scratches.
Trying to lighten these pigtails up.
There's some pigtails in there. Do you know, Sean, I mean, we worked together on the wet sand cut and buff process. Did you read that article I wrote, the ceramic clear, be careful?
No.
Really? You don't read every single thing I write?
No.
Well, he's the guy that had the experience with the Mercedes-Benz that generated the article I wrote. That's all, yeah.
Put a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, you want me to get you set up to polish? Okay. So we're going to take this cutting pad off, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to switch over to a much softer pad. Now I used this pad for a video the other day ago, so I only used a little bit, and I've already cleaned off any excess with a nylon brush. Let me just show you how to do that though. This is called a pad conditioning brush, and you don't turn the machine on, you just kind of look how I'm holding it with my hand, just draw it over the pad, and all you're going to do is you're just going to knock off some of that loose stuff like that. That way, while this pad was sitting over on that shelf, if some kind of dust got on it, you wouldn't want to buff that dust against the paint. You could put a scratch back in. So this is a good way just to make sure there's nothing on the face of that pad before you put your product on. Okay, so we need an extension cord again. Let's see. Here, you hold this. Hey, Doug, or Paul, where are you at over here? You got this section here done?
Yes.
Okay. I think he's got everything else going that way. So I'm going to take your extension cord and get Tyler back to work. Okay, for this we're going to use a much less aggressive product. This is the Manzurna SF4000. The old name was 106FA, which wasn't any easier to remember. But I've been trying to get everybody to switch over to the new names. So I'll tell you what, since this pad is dry, why don't you go ahead and prime it with that product. So go ahead and spread it around with your finger. Where are you at? You need something to do?
I was just kind of checking out.
I was watching. You're pretty good. You're pretty good at that tool.
Yeah, I've done a lot of 911s. But,
yeah?
yeah, I like that little edge. It really lets you hit edge them a lot nicer.
Those are nice pads. I expect we'll have those in stock, you know, as soon as they can get them made and get them shipped. Those are prototypes, but they work really good. And they fit that 4-inch backing plate perfectly. Makes it real easy to center them. Okay. Okay, you want to go ahead and just start and do the same thing through here. Just repolish it. That's going to make it a little glossier, a little smoother, a little more reflection. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Let's go ahead and pull the tape off. Let's leave it on the gutter rail here though. Okay, don't pull it off of here. And let's leave it around, well, we can go ahead and pull off the windshield.
reason why I didn't be article. That's a top secret photo right there, believe it or not.
Yes, interesting.
That's a couple between the generator and the engine that blew up on a guy's car.
Wow, interesting.
And I'll mess with it for a little bit. You got about medium pressure on this.
Turn it off. This is a little tip. Put your hand down here, so it's at the end of the tool and at the beginning of the tool. Now you got leverage over that tool. Be easier to control. And for this, as long as that pad's spinning, drop it down to the 5.5. There's the 5. See that? There you go. Got it? There you go, buddy.
Once you get the polish broken down and workable like this, you can actually see through. You can see the scratch. You know, this is how you go to work right away. You can see what you're doing. And then once you're ready to kind of remove some of that, then you put a little more polish on and kind of bring it out. Are you taking it all the way off?
Yeah, go ahead and pull all the way off.
Yep.
And just we're going to be careful not to get any splatter on anything. But now as we're buffing, we'll remove any polish line where the tape was. Okay, thank you.
Throwing them in the garbage can.
So guys, what's cool about the beach towel tip is when you're done, you can wash it and use it over again. So that makes it a green tool. Is that detail, Dave?
Yeah. Corey, we're getting blasted over here, Mike.
Check Adam's pockets before he leaves.
Can I start polishing on the deck lid?
Yes, we want to get everybody switching over to polishing. So with the Flex 3401, we're using the white hybrid pads. With the DA polisher, we're using the tangerine pads like Tyler has. There's a bunch right over there. Yep. For that there, we want to go to the white one. Exactly. And the SF4000 there. Yes, sir.
Food's over there.
Oh, I'll get to that.
You have some clean towels?
Let me look. Let me look. Because one of the things I try to always teach in my classes is to do what's called working clean. Oh, look, right here. There we go. Terry cloth towel. Nice and clean.
Well, what I'm doing right now is basically breaking the polish down a little bit. That way I can start to see what's going on underneath it and just get enough heat going on. And then once it breaks down, just really start to refine that. Again, you'll see me kind of break through, look at the scratch, and just go right back to it. So we'll keep lightening them up. It's working really good with this, by the way.
Yeah. And the way I would describe that is, see how he started out so opaque?
Yeah.
So it's whitish. The more he works it, it becomes clear.
Yeah.
Now you can kind of see what you're doing. You got to get at the right angle so to see the scratches. And then you also got to know where they were to start with when you're doing isolated stuff. And that's called focusing on the task at hand.
Yes. That's what I was just saying. Like, focus on one thing and then move on. I told them, you can always do a whole hood and try to get all the scratches. You're going to miss. You're going to do a whole lot of work and then miss what you're trying to work on anyway. It's always good to tackle the deeper ones and then just do another step, you know?
Yep. Yep. Knock out all the shallow ones. That exposes the deep ones. Then go after the deep ones.
It's a process. That's for sure.
Okay, we need to get more polishers running. Yeah, we're switching over to tangerine on the DAs and white ones. Well, he's using a hybrid on that Griot's Garage, but I was going to set everybody up with just the tangerine 5.5 inch on the Porter Cable and the McGuire's units. So pull the blue ones off over there.
Okay.
Let's switch over to these.
Really tangerine.
Yes, this is a very fine cut. You could even call it an ultra fine cut. I have another white one over here. See it over there by the license plate frame there? Yeah, perfect.
Have you washed these?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I just wondering, you know.
I stick these over here on a
So they don't get
pad washer.
rust.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this now. I figured, you know.
So a lot of times when people don't see me on the forum posting, I make a comment that I got, you know, offline projects. One of my offline projects is cleaning the pads from the day before. Someone's got to do it.
Oh, come on. You need to. So we're doing the 4,000?
Yeah, we're going to the, where to go to? Yeah, no, that's 1,500. We're going to the 4,000 Manzurna. That's the SF super finish.
We're going over all the same?
Everything, we're gonna do everything over again. Here, I'm sorry about that. Here,
Still the same section?
same section pass. But hey, just since I got both of you guys here, the first time you do this and you're taking all those swirls and scratches out, this next step goes a little quicker because now you're just basically gonna polish a high gloss. So maybe 4 section passes and then move on to the new spot.
Okay.
Yep. So it goes a lot faster.
Because I know there wasn't any more in the cabinet.
We got plenty of towels over here. Any of these gold, any of these gray, these are all good. They're all, yeah, they all been clean. Looking good, Steve. Will it stop it from rotating if you do? Let me just see. Yep. You know, and that's the Griot's garage. Everybody says it's really powerful. Look, you can still stop it. Just got to hold that pad flat. You want to take a guess?
Have an exclusive wash area for you?
Yeah, we got a wash machine and a dryer over on the other side of the building there. We go through a lot of microfiber towels out here. How we doing, Tyler? You getting tired? Hanging in there? I always call it this, I can see air. It means you're holding it crooked. So watch that black mark. You want to see that spinning all the time. That's not spinning. Now it is.
You told me put it on number 4 for this.
On the porta cable, you really got to be on the 5 or 6 to keep that pad rotating under pressure. But again, that's what that black mark helps you to see. There's what?
Ants. Look at them all in the car.
Okay, now focus on the task at hand for this picture. I had you looking at the camera. There you go.
What do you want to go on? 4?
5.5 for this quarter cable. Really got to still want that pad to rotate. You know, he's doing such a good job, I'd let him buff out my car.
Doesn't complain.
Doesn't
Just does
complain,
work.
not like you.
Well,
Yeah, he really needs to be a little higher setting. See, the pad's not rotating.
he's just putting his front.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Posted.
Nancy told me not to let anybody mess with this. Someone came over and did something. This actually wasn't running over here.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't refresh the page like normal. You gotta right click this frame, reload this frame.
I wouldn't even know that.
I don't know if it affected this though. Probably not.
Yeah, because Corey texted me. He said he had problems with the audio, and then it came back, and then the video came up.
That was right at the very beginning.
No, just now.
Just now?
Yeah, 2 minutes ago. He was texting me.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah.
Cord over shoulder, good boy. Cord over shoulder. He knows what he's doing.
Okay, so I finished this section. Now, I took this, you was showing me, I took this and wiped off this pad. Do I still need to take the terry cloth and clean it off before I start a new section? Or?
It's a good question, and either one or the other. The nylon brush is going to kick off anything that's sitting on the surface. A dry terry cloth towel, when you push it into it, will help to extract at least a little bit of the excess liquid. Okay. And the reason you want to maybe pull out some of the excess liquid is because as the pad becomes wet with product, it won't rotate as well. It becomes wet, squishy foam, and it absorbs and dissipates the energy coming out of the tool. Because this tool, unlike the other one, it free spins. Okay. So that's a big factor. If it's a rotary, it wouldn't matter. Just sling the fluid out. Right. But as just the analogy I use, and it's not a very good one, but you ever see the commercial, and they're talking about the Dr. Scholl's insoles. And the guy goes, "Are you gelling?" "I'm gelling." They got the gel insoles. That's a wet, spongy material. Well, that's absorbing the impact every time you put your foot down, and it dissipates it so your body don't feel it. So wet foam pad won't rotate as good as dry foam pad, and when you're doing correction work, you want the pad rotating, so the wetter the pad is, the less the rotation. Gotcha. So the terry cloth will help to extract some of that where the nylon brush won't. Okay. But at this point of the game, you've got a fresh pad on there, and we're just doing polishing. It's not even an issue, so just use the nylon brush. That's looking good, buddy. Real good.
Do I put another dot of material on
Yes,
here?
Every time you clean that pad before you buff, you want to add some fresh product. That's called your working product. And we'll cover all this in the detailing bootcamp class. Looking good.
A lot of them lightened up.
Yeah, it's got a bunch right there.
This side of the wood looks great. I love the fact that love the deal they had on the Daytona wheels. The VIP kit.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Those things, those thrusters are awesome. Really.
So, young Tyler here is 15 years old. It's the first time he's ever machine polished. This young man is using perfect technique his first time. He's going to go on in life to make a lot of really nice cars look really good, and he's probably going to make some pretty good money doing it. Good job, bud.
No, with 34. Oh, yeah, no, I was gonna put it back.
I'll get it later. It's looking good.
Man, oh man.
Man, when you look at this looks like wet oil. It really looks good.
Wow, what a difference from when it,
I have before shots on high resolution on my camera. When Paul first got here, I had him keep it out in the sun, and I got some good shots. Yeah. Now Robert got me some with this camera, which I posted to the forum, but I've got some good. Hey guys, real quick while none of the buffers are running, if you look over there on the snap-on roll around, you see I got some clean, fresh microfibers out. So at some point, we want to transition whatever towel you're using as it loads up with the product. Let's transition to new ones. And let me see this real quick. And here's a good tip I think Robert, or was it Renee was sharing earlier. When you grab a new microfiber, take a moment and inspect it. And make sure you just don't see anything blatant, any kind of particle or anything sticking on there, so you don't come back and accidentally put a scratch in. Now, I take care of all the laundry here, so I wash them, I dry them, I fold them up in the cabinet, and before I wash them, I shake them and inspect them so I can keep any contaminants out of the whole process. And I only wash similar microfibers with similar microfibers, so I only wash the 530s with the 530s. But at the same time, you never know. You could pick up something anywhere, and microfiber, have you ever felt it? It's kind of grabby. It's going to grab those contaminants and hold them on. And right now, when I look at this, this is a show car finish. We don't want to go back and put scratches in. So over here, fresh, clean towels.
Like you said, if you just rub your hand over it in different directions, because the nap of the microfiber will bury whatever's in it. Sometimes I just rub it on my face to see if I feel anything. I do feel something. No, but I mean,
I love that technique.
I do, because I have found little splinters.
That's it. No, it's a good point.
And if you rub it against something soft, your arm or your face, you'll feel it.
Your girlfriend?
Your girlfriend's
back. Your girlfriend's back.
My girlfriend's back is standing. My girlfriend.
If your girlfriend's back is there, your wife's going to be mad. So, hey, that's a good tip though, Robert. The key point is you don't want to go back and put scratches in after you spend all this time removing them. So, good point. No, you've done a good job.
Right along the stripe.
Yep. No, it looks good. Hey guys, real quick, where are we at as far as the polishing step? Are we about 50% done, 70% done? Okay. Okay. Yep.
I've been working on those pigtails.
Yeah.
Really get into them. I get about 90% of them out of there. So.
The doors, that side's done? The rear quarter's done. Okay. How about this side right here?
I gotta go to the front. Back panel's been done. Top has to be done in the front.
So the top has to be done?
Top and the front has to be done.
Okay. Josh, how you doing?
Josh.
What's your first name?
Jeff.
Jeff. Well, I knew it started with a J. You know, we're just about done. You want to join in the fun?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, the roof needs to be done with the finishing polish, and then we're going to put wax on it. So we're just dang near done. 1965 Valiants, and the owner, Paul, pulled out the slant 6 and 3 in the tree, and he put in the Commander V8 out of the 1965 Plymouth Formula S and turned it into a hot rod. But it's a period correct hot rod, so it's pretty cool. Yeah. We're using the Super Finish 4000 by Manzurna.
You want me to start on areas?
Yeah, anything that's not been done. Yeah, and then we're going to go to machine waxing. We're going to use Pinnacle Sovereign. Oh,
what I meant.
for the wax?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Let's wait till all the polish is done, and then we'll all attack it at one time, because then I want to teach a few things to the new guys here tonight. Yeah. We need to polish that front fender and this roof.
I think the fender, you got the fender?
He's getting the fender? Okay, well he's...
Side is done, it's just the roof.
Okay. Well, it looks like... So, well, you can help wax it then. Yeah, hang out and we'll wax it. Paul, this is Jeff. Jeff's a pro detailer around here, does really good work. Comes down and helps us with a lot of our extreme makeovers. I haven't seen you since we did the last one. Yeah. That stuff's dried like glue. You know how you remove that? Believe it or not, you get something. Well, I would actually use something, believe it or not, something like the Pinnacle Sovereign Wax. You get in there and just use it to kind of dissolve the compound, but since it's a high oil content and high carnauba content wax, it's also a great lubricant. So it's going to be gentle to the paint, help dissolve that stuff and get it off of there. And you're leaving some wax protection by at the same time. So, but yeah, we tried getting it off up there as like concrete, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. What we do need to do at some point is we really need to get someone in there and clean the inside of the glass. So in our pictures, okay, the pictures are going to look good. I got a glass cleaner over there in that corner, and then just any of the microfibers that are cleaning the towel. Thank you. I'll get you one. I'll get you one.
My wife gave me this hair. It used to be dark.
Just the tint.
On the forum?
Yeah.
Yep.
I got armrests, I got gauge clusters, all.
I agree. In my life, living on the West Coast, working for McGuire's, I've been to a lot of car shows. I went to that turkey rod run the first time. You cannot see the entire thing in one day. Don't take any money with you. You will not leave with this.
Well, that's where I was last week. I was just in Charlottesville, North Carolina. Their auto fair, which was very similar to the hot rod thing, only the swap meets were better. It wasn't like down here where everyone thinks this stuff's worth $1 million, and everyone was still bringing parts that were worth something up there. So it was great, absolutely great.
Okay, you know what we're going to do next? We're going to machine wax. So let's set up the DA polishers with the crimson finishing pads. We're going to use Pinnacle Sovereign on this because we want to use a true show car wax. We really want to maximize the gloss and clarity. Okay. I think Rennie said he's going to get on that. Either way, there's only, I have one set up for washing though. Okay.
I know we're not close to being done yet. My brother's picking me up. Is there anything you just chilled in here while we're...
You bet. Have them come on in, join the fun. Have them sign a release form though.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
I signed one too, just so.
There's some in the corner. It's an aerosol diamondite. Yeah, after.
Is that what they're doing
Yeah.
now?
Yep. We're to the machine polishing, then we're gonna machine wax. You pulling any contaminants off that chrome? Wow. I guess the answer is yes, Steve. Just in case anybody's watching that, Steve's down here claying the chrome bumper and he's pulling all kinds of gray gunk off onto the clay. Hey, when you're done with that clay, make sure you dispose of it. Or you can use it on your car.
Dispose of it.
Put it all back away.
Not if it's been used on a chrome bumper like that. I wouldn't use it on my car's paint. Now, you can use it on your car's paint, but I wouldn't use it on my car's paint. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? Man.
There's not a whole bit difference.
No, there is. If you go through the hallway, there's one up there by the fridge.
So much
Yeah. In fact, if you let the hot run a little bit, it gets pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Adam. What's that? Yes, it's on.
I asked Paul, I said, did Makeover paint this?
Man, that looks good. That really looks good.
It does look good.
Yeah. This came out nice. Hey Sean, before you get done with this section, could we let Tyler here try that tool out?
I'm gonna put the white one on. I was actually just finished up with this. You can do one more pass with the white then. For sure.
Tommy. For that polishing step, you want to bump your speed up to about the 4.
Nobody can see up.
4 minimum. You want a little more power on that. Yeah, work that product.
I think that's what happens. It's kind of confusing. People think the more trigger.
Stripes are nice and straight though.
You actually have to get this to a nice, smooth running speed.
Well, it's easier to buff with it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. It doesn't vibrate.
It's about to lose a finger there.
You could put a little more arm speed into it. Not a lot, just enough to move a little bit more with your arm.
No, I'll go ahead and show them. You can work on that. We'll go ahead and turn it off. Let me just give you let me show you how this polishing step should go. You got it. You're close. You're close. First time you've ever used this tool?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's the 4. Little fat. We call this your arm speed. And then what you want to do, watch how close I come to this body line. But don't buff on it. It's just a good, what's we call a best practice. You go just a little bit faster. This tool has quite a bit more power than the PC style tools. And then here's something else I want you to do. Just stand over here, and as you're buffing, what I want you to do is I want you to tilt it this way, tilt it this way, tilt it this way, and then this side. And you're gonna feel this thing try to walk in different directions.
Yeah.
And as you feel that, what that's telling you is you're not holding it flat, and so it self-teaches you. It teaches you to actually hold the pad flat. And that's one of the cool characteristics about the Flex 3401.
Okay.
So just to kind of play with it. Feel it trying to walk on you? Yeah. Okay, now hold it flat and buff out the paint.
More justice?
What's that?
Black fire, wet diamond, paint sealing.
Well, you know, and that's an option. Next time we'll do another car with that. Yeah. What?
I mean, it's quick.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Yeah,
I
want.
just like it on black.
Yeah, but what I want to do tonight is I want to show these guys how machine wax with a paste.
Oh,
so,
yeah. I always forget.
How they looking?
All rinsed out.
Good.
I like them. I like that, but I like to put them in the sink and wash in the rain.
Yeah, because you can squish them with your hand. Yeah.
They hold so much more junk.
Well, especially the Hydrotex. Yeah. Isn't that cool? Did you show him to kind of tilt it around?
Yeah, I'll show that.
Yeah, show him that part so you get a feel for it.
The old dried wax that's here in the corner out here.
You know, we were trying to get some of that off. It's dried like concrete. And, you know, there's a couple ways to get that off. I mean, I don't have to tell you how to do your job, but get in there and work with some polish, or even like sometimes a finishing wax will soften that up. You know, the polishing wheels and the wax will help to break it up so you can get off without scratching it. But if you want to try that, you can. Actually, why don't you just try some of the 4000 polish?
You have a small
Yeah.
all right, brother? Yeah, we're doing good.
That do you?
That'll be fine, sir.
Okay. Another thing I have down here, but it'll probably rip up. Yeah, the finger pads. I was looking for a green one, yeah. Robert, you came in here and took all of them. Did you come in here and take them all?
No, not me.
Yeah, well, use that. That'll work.
You're good. We're good here.
So just real quick, what do you think of this tool? You like it? It's a little different than the Porter Cable style, isn't it? A lot more power.
Yep.
And as long as you use good technique, it's easy to control, huh? Okay, go ahead. How's it looking here? Dude, that looks great. That is phenomenal. Is he gonna polish a little bit more here?
Yeah, I'm gonna let him just basically finish the. I'm gonna have him go over one uniform at a time. And then,
Okay, then I'll get a shot of him then.
Yeah.
Anytime you're ready.
Use that pivot with your arm, and just you can move that swing motion a lot easier than moving your body all around.
But I did swing that thing like a pendulum. You can go around almost, like on a half moon type thing if you have to. And that looks awesome.
All right, cool. We'll get you a little polish on here. That's enough for the whole entire thing. Plenty. That'll give you some lube. Remember? Start from the inside. Alright? Pull the polish around until you get it kind of laid out. Then you start running your technique on it. It's really easy.
You're good to go.
You can just use this off if you want. As long as you just I am at my house.
Robert, we done? Yes. Okay. Hey, that's my technique. Tape the ends.
I got a guy at the shop that does that for me.
Do ya? Yeah.
I thought you were going to do it, Adam. Oh, I'm cleaning the pads, buddy.
Hey guys, let's go ahead and start picking up everything but the DA polishers. We're going to use those to machine wax. Real handy tool tonight. This is the Flex PE14. Has an extension, flexible 2 3/4. I think it's a 2 3/4. Might be a 3-inch backing plate. 3-inch Hydrotech pads. Helps us to get into those tight areas, into the inset cove parts on the body lines. Real handy tool. Lightweight. No big bulky buffer up here to get in your way, so you can actually get in there and see what the pads do, so you don't cause any kind of danger to the paint itself. He's going to be your boss here in a couple weeks.
He's my top guy, right?
At least your top guy.
He's mentoring somebody here.
Perfect.
You said you wish you had somebody around to keep you.
Oh, I wish.
What's the double header?
Those are the cyclo polishers, and coming up we're going to use those on a project here. So everybody will have a chance to use the different types. Sometimes I can't get things too complicated down here, and that was enough just to handle everything. Every polisher we do already.
Hey, you said leave the DAs out.
Yeah, leave the DAs out.
I left mine out over there.
Okay. Go ahead and pull the pad off.
Okay.
Let's get here. Here's another one you take with you, and just ask Adam where he wants these. Yeah, dirty pads. We're going to switch over to crimson. For $19.95, you sure do. Oh yeah, the Pinnacle DVD with Rennie's red jewel tint Camaro and matte steel.
Everything you wanted to know about that day, even though you were there.
Is that one with that nice Porsche?
Yeah, the blue one that was on the TV show. That is a really nice Porsche you have. And I know all the Porsche guys, they think that's the anathema to the Porsches. It's my favorite one. A, it's got a V8. B, it's in the front of the car.
Yeah, and it's liquid cooled.
And it's liquid cooled.
And that thing, the transmission is in the back with the rear axle. So it's got a 50-50 distribution. And I mean, that thing zips.
You know, at some time I want you to, is that automatic or a stick?
Automatic.
Oh, I would like to drive that thing.
Oh, anytime.
Yeah. Well, let's make a time to bring that thing down here. We'll clay it, polish it, machine wax it, do what we've done here, create a flawless finish, and then your wife will start driving it again.
She's been, oh no, she has to, I told her, you've got to drive it at least twice a week.
Yep,
To the
twice a
gym,
week.
Something like that.
Yeah, keep everything cycling.
Especially
The fuel.
The Corvette, or that ethanol just ate up all the fuel. I told you that the other day.
Yep, you told me that.
But I got to go completely through that.
What you're getting, that's
I don't want to start on that because I'm halfway into the Jeep.
Oh, hey guys, let's go ahead and carefully pull off the thin line tape here on the rain gutter. And if you're watching this, just something I point out, old classic cars like this have a rain gutter. And what happens is you've got this thin piece of sheet metal here with a thin high point. And a lot of times if you buff the car and you don't tape this off, it's really easy to hit that with your buffer or your backing plate, and boom, you'll burn through it just like that. So always tape this off. Modern cars don't have this. It's called a rain gutter.
Or a drip edge.
Or drip edge, yeah, they don't have it, so it's not a concern. But you start getting into working on classics, and these are some of the things you want to just be aware of. Also up here, we taped off the fresh air intake, this grill here. And the reason for that is because it's impossible to get down inside here and get any splatter out of here. So what you want to do is tape this off. Otherwise, you know, if you get splatter down there, it's there and it's very unsightly, so you always want to tape that off. We also taped off the little armatures here where the wipers go off, just to keep them from getting splatter all over them. And you know, and of course, if you do a really good job of buffing, there is no splatter. But hey, even the best make a mistake. Go watch my video with Brian Fuller. That's where I pick up a bead of product and tell them not to throw splatter, then I go ahead and do it. So.
And you left it in?
We left it in. It's live on TV. But you know what? The thing is you know, no matter how many years of buffing you got behind you, you can always make a mistake. You just push past it.
You did?
Okay, hey, Paul, where are you? Right here. Hey, what do you think?
I'm amazed.
It's a totally different looking car since when you came in, isn't it?
Yeah.
And at this point, all we've done is 2 polishing steps. And a lot of people would look at this and think we just waxed it. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to apply what I like to call a finishing wax. There's different types of products on the market. So the 2 major categories of waxes would be a cleaner wax or a finishing wax. Cleaner wax would be like a one-step. You could clean, polish, protect, one step. It's great for large things, daily drivers. But when you get, they have cleaners in it, sometimes even abrasives, and that's not a bad thing. But now that we've got all the defects removed, we don't need anything with cleaning ability. We want pure protection. We want something that's going to really bring out the full richness of color of this black paint job. You guys know what they say about black, don't you? It's not a color, it's a full-time job, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to the DA polishers. We're going to use crimson finishing pads, and we're going to machine apply Pinnacle Sovereign Paste Wax. And what we want to do is we want to set our polishers on speed 4. And just so you know, anytime you're doing correction work, like if you look over here, we've got 2 DA polishers already set up. Anytime you're doing correction with the Porter cable style of tool, you want to mark that backing plate so you can see the pad rotating. You need that pad rotating in order to remove the defects. when you go to apply the wax, you don't need the pad to rotate. It doesn't hurt if it does, doesn't hurt if it doesn't, because at this point, all you're trying to do is spread out a nice thin, uniform, even coat of the wax. So you don't need the high speeds, bump it down to about the 4 setting. And then to do this, I think I've already broken this can in. And what that means is what I do is I take a hair dryer and I heat the outside until I can pop the wax out. And then after I pop the wax out, I kind of clean the inside of the jar up. And that way the wax will pop back in easily, and in the future, it'll pop out real easy. Okay, young man, you need to be a part of this. Okay, Steve. And then to do this, yeah. Well, let's let him use the porter cable since he's been using it, and the handle's not on, so it won't get in his way. Can someone get him hooked up with the porter cable? Is there one over there? Okay. Well, we can get 4 of these going. That way we'll get this done pretty quickly.
There you go, young man.
Okay, and then get him power. Power this young man up. Okay, so now all we're going to do, just watch this. I'm just going to take, and remember how I showed you the back? Hold your hand to keep that from spinning. So just hold it there. Make a couple swipes across there. And that's probably enough wax to do that whole hood. And put that on the 4 setting. There you go. Okay, who else has one? Tommy? Okay. Hey, also, smell that. Smell good? It smells really good, doesn't it? Okay.
Smells like vanilla.
Steve, where's Jeff? Jeff, are you going to help out? Yeah. Okay, you got a machine? Look over here on the rack.
You're on? All right. How many machines do we have? 4?
We got 3. Here's 4. Here you go. Let me get you some.
4 extension cords.
Yes, there are 4 extension cords. Are they out? I don't know. I think they might have got put away a little bit too early.
4 machines is more than priming.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to put Jeff to work. He got here late.
I see how you are, Mike.
Look in the cabinet over here. Okay, once you're powered up, go to town. And hey, quick lesson. Hey, Steve, can you turn it off for 1 second? Just 1 second. So for the new people here, when you're machine waxing, it's a lot different than removing defects. When you're removing defects, you work on a small area. You make section passes till the defects are gone. When you're applying a wax, the defects are gone. So all you want to do is make 2 to 3 passes over each square inch, and you can move the polisher over as far of an area as you can reach. So if I can reach all the way to half the hood, I can do it. I've went to that section twice. That's 3 times I can move on. See, so go over each square inch 2 or 3 times, and then move on.
And a little wax goes a long way.
Little wax.
There's some explaining down here.
Okay, so when you get ready to apply this, go ahead and put your polisher there, cord over shoulder. We don't scratch the paint. Put that on the 4 setting. And see how he's going pretty fast? But he's covering he's going over each section of this paint 2 or 3 times. So go ahead and put that down. Put on the polisher. And there you go. Just like that. And this is a rule of practice. I try to go over the whole thing, say 3 times. That way you really did a good job of spreading that wax out.
You know what I'll do? I'll just wipe.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. Let's go over here to these soft towels. You want microfiber gloves? No, we can use this chenille. Yeah, we can use that. These are the nice big chenille. In fact, let's pull these out. So hold on, let's, I got the chenille here out for the final wipe off. Lots of cushion. And while we got the machines off, let me just show you something that's cool about the DA polishers. They're small, compact, and lightweight. Let me see that, son. So here's what's nice about it. You can get the vertical panels usually just with one hand. And then what I like to do is try to find a place to kind of balance myself, and I spread that wax out. That's just one of the benefits. Yeah, go ahead and throw some more on there for him.
That's good, right?
There you go, buddy. You're doing a good job. Hey, Rennie, let's get the whole thing waxed and then wipe it off. So I want to take a shot of it all waxed.
Yeah, that'd be good. I always do that too.
That's okay. 2 coats of wax is going to help out the hood a lot.
Oh, like a fruit shot.
Let's wait till we'll wipe the wax off till it's all the way done. Want to go ahead and re-wax that?
Zerma's a nice product for it.
Oh, hey, Tyler, we're going to wait to wipe the wax off after the whole car is waxed.
Leave the wax on, guys.
Yeah, leave all the wax on. The reason why is because I wanted to get a picture of the car waxed.
We're gonna get it.
Then we'll wipe it off.
Hey, it's getting 2 coats now.
It's getting 2 coats. I want you to get this hood again for me, okay? Just a nice even coat. Make all the lines go in a single direction, okay? Does anybody need more wax?